Hello, everybody, and welcome to Sunday Night Live. I am Shannon LaBruyere. I am live and loving it tonight. I am so excited to share with you some key principles that will allow you to thrive in change. The change that you wanted, the change that you didn't, unwelcome change, surprise change, planned change. Change is stressful. And the way we respond to change, all of the change in our life, really determines how much we grow. I'm here to tell you that you can grow even when you're in the midst of change that you didn't want. And you can also construct meaningful change in your life. And that's what we're going to explore tonight. Our Thrive principle that we are going to explore tonight is hashtag respect the now. Respect the now, being present. We're talking about this live during the holiday season, coming right up on Christmas. And so this time of year just brings out a lot of loneliness in people, disconnection in people. We sometimes miss what we didn't even think about for a whole year if we've had a loss. And sometimes we are stuck in family relationships that just seem like they keep repeating themselves. And I'm not talking just about the significant ones that we're connected with people frequently, but even just saying the same thing every time we see great Uncle so and so at the Christmas party, right? We see him one time a year, we say hi, and then we leave and there's been no true connection. We're going to talk about how to change that, how we can be truly present in a very, very simple, powerful way. And we can actually change the nature of our relationships with people, even if we don't expect to see them again. We can make them deeper, we can make them more meaningful, and we can do that in a way that's respectful and fun. Are you ready to lean in and learn? Yay! So let's see, who do we have jumping on? Denise, it's good to see you. Tammy, it's great to see you. Carol, I love it. Thank you for being here. Thank you guys for jumping on. Before we get too far in, I have got to give a shout out to our sponsor, Thumb Roast Coffee. I purchased Thumb Roast Coffee gift baskets to give to my clients, my corporate clients, to let them know how much I appreciate them allowing me to be part of their journey. People are blown away by the quality of it, by the thoughtfulness of it. If you have not tried Thumb Roast Coffee for yourself, but you know a coffee lover, it is not too late to either go to their locations in Sandusky, Michigan or Croswell, Michigan, and pick up some to share. Or you can go online and order some, and maybe, just maybe, they'll be able to pop it in the mail in time. If not, it's the most wonderful gift. Even if it was belated, people will still appreciate it, I promise. The good news is when you go online to order your Thumb Roast Coffee and do it at their website, thumbroastcoffee.com, you get 15% off when you use the coupon code THRIVE, THRIVE. You can get 15% off of great coffee. It makes a great gift, and it makes a great gift for yourself because you're going to be doing some recuperating come December 26th. And it might just feel good to be able to sit down with a great cup of coffee to do it, right? All right, with that, oh yeah, Tammy bought some gifts at Thumb Roast Coffee also, and Carol just chimes in. It's incredible because it is. So thank you for being here. Tonight we are talking about a really cool project that our live stream leadership community has been working on. Many of you have heard me talk about the live stream leadership community, and it is a group of women who mastermind. I lead a mastermind group with women who want to grow as leaders. They're people who want to learn to lead themselves well and lead others well. And we have a live mastermind group 3 Saturdays out of the month. And this past Saturday, we worked on something really fun as part of our Christmas party, and I'm going to show it to you. It's called connection cards. And I am very excited that I can offer you this beautiful Christmas gift. And you're going to want it when we talk about what is that? I have a cough drop stuck to the back. That's not good. But if I need a cough drop, at least I know where to find one, right? All right. So we're going to talk a little bit about connection cards, what these are, how you can use them to create deeper, better connections at your holiday celebrations, whether they are one-on-one or they are in larger groups. And this gift to you is absolutely free. It's something that we wanted you to have because we believe in the live stream leadership community that connecting is the bomb. It's the best. Denise Smith, she's part of Livestream Leadership and she just said LOL, right? So look at this, all the wisdom of our community going out there and helping people who want to thrive and change through Sunday Night Live. So as we talk a little bit about the power of connection, I want you to keep in mind that you're going to have an opportunity to just click a link. It's already posted at the Thrive and Change, at the Thrive in Change page on Facebook. It's pinned to the top. So when you go there, you'll be able to find it and click download yours. It's also in the Sunday Night Live group. And I'll drop it in the links of these comments too. So you'll be able to find it easily. But this is what I want to talk about first. This idea that nobody's asking for connection, but everybody craves it. It is helpful to know that every human being craves connection. We are wired for connection. Brene Brown has done a lot of work in the area of how people connect and also how they disconnect. And she says that we are absolutely wired for connection. And when we are disconnected, we suffer. We suffer. And hopefully, you aren't feeling disconnected right now. You are a part of this Sunday Night Live community. So glad you're here watching and listening. But you might feel disconnected. Disconnection brings loneliness. When we go to parties and there are so many people there, perhaps, that just look like they are having just the time of their life, that may very well be true. But they may still be craving a deeper connection than just the party piece. There are people who aren't necessarily the ones waving their hands saying, hey, look at me. But they also need connection. Every human being needs connection. And sometimes it is not easy to know how to connect with people, how to do that in a fun way, in a way that matches, um, the circumstances or the relationship. Sometimes we worry that if we try to connect with somebody, it means that we're going to be forever linked with them. That's one of the fears that interferes with us connecting with people, changing the nature of our everyday relationships, changing the nature of our once a year relationships. We're afraid that by creating a deeper connection, it means that we're going to have to all of a sudden start talking on the phone once a week and going out for lunch. And maybe we don't have time to have those kind of relationships with people, but it doesn't mean that we can't create a deeper connection. We can have a deeper connection in just a moment or two. I was at the eye doctor the other day getting my eyes checked, and I haven't been there in 2 years because of, a pandemic. And I finally got myself on the schedule, got back in there, and the optometrist is a very nice lady. I've only met her once, and it was 2 years ago. So it felt like I'd never met her before, right? And so as I'm sitting there and she's doing some prep work that doesn't require any serious attention on her part, I asked her a question. I said, what good have you seen come out of this last year and a half, 2 years of COVID and a pandemic? And she paused and thought for just a moment and said, that's a really good question. And all of a sudden, we had a connection. I'm not going out to dinner with her next week. I'm not going to be a pen pal, but we had a connection because I was genuinely curious about something that mattered. Don't be afraid of asking somebody a question that causes them to pause and think, I'm not sure. Let me consider that. because in just a few short moments, you can create a connection that will change the trajectory of somebody's day, their week, maybe their life. And you don't have to be a rocket scientist to do that. You just have to be curious. And we have some tools the Livestream Leadership community came up with that you can use this holiday season to connect with people that maybe you see them, but you really don't know anything about them. So, are you interested? Before I start talking about how you use these cards, anybody want to share a time when you had a surprising connection with somebody and maybe it didn't last a long time? Maybe it was a cashier at a store, right? The person at the drive-through. Maybe they made a connection with you, or maybe you made a connection with them. One of the first keys to making connection with somebody is setting aside our fear. So that's step one, the fear of connecting, that it's going to entangle us in some way. Setting that aside and understanding that we can connect even briefly in a meaningful way and then step away. And it will have been worthwhile. It will have added value to somebody. It will have helped satisfy their craving and our craving for connection. So we set aside that fear that it's going to entangle us. The second thing is we use our eyes. We make eye contact. I spent most of my adult life walking fast and staring at the ground. I was scared to death to make eye contact with anybody because I thought they'd think I was a weirdo. And we could go down a whole nother path with that, folks, about why do I care if somebody thinks I'm a weirdo? But this is what I've discovered, that people by and large don't think I'm a weirdo. And when I see somebody and they're within 6 feet of me, I look them in the eye and I smile and I keep walking. Eye contact, it makes a connection. I see you. I see you. You're a person. So we set aside that fear and we start allowing ourselves to actually see somebody, to look at them and see them. All right, Carol shares this. We all do need connections and we need to make time. I have had to make myself. Today I realized how much I have changed because 5 different families stopped by today just to say hi. These are not people I am normally in contact with. I invited them in and talked and enjoyed the time. Still surprised I did it. Thank you for the questions from yesterday in Livestream Leadership. It helped me. Good, good. Carol, what does that feel like to stretch like that and realize that you're connecting with people is actually changing the way they behave? They're reaching out to you more. They're seeing a need to connect with you because you valued them enough to let them know that you cared, to make a connection with them. It's beautiful. Thank you for sharing that. And thank you, Carol, for being part of the Livestream Leadership community that put these questions together. There are 24 questions altogether, and having a process to allow us to use questions to connect with people takes away the fear factor, right? It's just we're playing a game, or you can call it an activity. We're going to have an activity. When you have, excuse me, when you have a group, perhaps at your house, or maybe you have a group that's going to meet for a potluck this week at work. Perhaps you're going to lunch with somebody, or maybe you're hosting the family gathering and old Uncle Joe from somewhere we don't even know is going to be there for the first time ever. These questions allow you to get rid of the fear. It's an activity. It's an activity. So when you download the connection cards for memory making conversation, this is what you'll get. So it's not fancy smanchy. I just printed this off on my printer. There's probably a way to make it look fancy schmancy, but I didn't know how to do it on my printer. So this is what we get. There's a cover sheet and it just says what it is. Then there are instructions for how to have memory making conversations using these cards. And so this is what you're going to do. You can use these questions one-on-one. You can use them in a group. And you just have to make sure that you let people know ahead of time that you're going to be doing this activity. So you do not want to just spring it on somebody, because when you spring things on people, let's just talk a minute about surprises. There is a chunk of the population who loves surprises. If you're familiar with the DISC personality assessment, they are the I styles. They are intense. They are outgoing. They love to interact. They love surprises. Most everybody else needs a little bit of time to adjust. And so when you let people know, hey, I've got this activity if you want to do it with me, we're gonna I've got some questions that are gonna help us to to have some interesting conversation. Who's game? And you just ask them just like that. Or you let people know one-on-one at a party. Maybe they're sitting by themselves, not talking to anybody. Hey, I've got some questions that are great for helping us to just have cool conversation. You want to try one? And you offer them the opportunity. So this is what you do. You print the cards and cut them out. So this is what it looks like. Here's what they look like. There's 4 on a page. You print those and you cut them out. There are 24 altogether, 24 questions. Then you take the cards and you kind of shuffle them up and you hold them out there and say to the person that you're wanting to connect with, pick a card. And they do. When they pick that card, you ask them to read it aloud. And these instructions are printed. When you download this, you'll get the instructions. When you have them draw the card, you've clicked something in their brain that says, ooh, I'm engaged in something. And you've created a connection. You've engaged them. The next step to making that connection even deeper is to say, read that question aloud. Read it aloud, and they are going to read the question. So there are all manner of questions in this 24 sets. We've got sort of intense questions, and I'll share one of those with you in a minute. We've got some just fun questions, but you can tell that person, I believe that you're going to pick exactly the right question for us today. The question you pick is going to be the exact right one. And when they pick it and they read it out loud, for example, what is special about your favorite Christmas song? What is special about your favorite Christmas song? You've set aside your fear. You've created an activity that allows people to connect because that's what they crave. You've been respectful by inviting them to pick a card. You've engaged them by asking them to pick that card and then read it out loud. And now you're going to do step 2, and you are going to look them in the eye, not in a creepy way. You're going to make eye contact with them. You are going to see them, and then you are going to listen to their response. They might take a moment to think about it, and that's okay. There might be a minute or so of silence. That's okay. Just listen. And as you listen patiently, not trying to come up with your own story, not trying to figure out what you would answer if that was your question, waiting with curiosity and sincere attention takes connection to a deeper level. And now they can be heard and they can share their answer. It might be a hilarious answer. It might be one that stirs them emotionally. Don't be afraid of that. Don't be afraid that there are emotions associated with connection. Because guess what? Emotions are real and they pop up. And when we make connections, sometimes it opens up emotions that surprise the people we're connecting with. This is what I want you to know. And this is step 3. Step 1 is you can set aside the fear. Step 2 is you are going to connect by looking and listening, making eye contact and truly listening. And the third thing you're going to do is you are going to acknowledge it. And that's it. Thank you. Thank you for sharing that. If emotions pop up, you don't have to fix it. You don't have to make it better. You can acknowledge it. Wow. Thank you for sharing that. Wow. I can see this really is meaningful to you. Or wow, I can see this really stirs something up. Thank you. Thank you for letting me see that. Genuinely acknowledge what you see. Don't try to fix it. That takes care of the fear. You don't have to fix anything. You're connecting, you're acknowledging if something pops up. Some of these questions, you can go through the questions. There are 24. Some of them are they're fun, they're hilarious. Some of them may open up a connection that is deeper than you expected. Here's a great one. What is the Christmas memory that makes you cry? What if I asked you that question? What is the Christmas memory that makes you cry? That's powerful. Who do you miss this Christmas the most? Who do I miss? That can go in so many directions, can't it? But that's connection. That's connection. These cards will help you. They will help you to have fun, to make jokes. One of the questions is this: Die Hard is a Christmas movie. Discuss. Strong feelings. Die Hard a Christmas movie? Maybe not. People have feelings about it. It's a great question for a group. It's a great question one-on-one, just to start something. You can cut out these 24 cards. They're so easy to do. Cut them out, make a game of it, use them to spark meaningful conversations. How do you spark meaningful conversations in your groups? And Carol, you anticipated my question, so I'm going to share it. Kelsey, Carol's daughter, Kelsey had everyone play Jeopardy today. That kept the connection during our potluck today. Everyone was engaged. Yes, a way to keep people connected with each other, talking about topics that they can relate to, making connections with each other, genuine connections. People crave them. I've read this great book, and it's about, I think the title of it is, I'm sorry I'm late. I didn't want to come. And it is about a person who has lived her life as an introvert, very closed off. And she started experiencing such loneliness and such disconnection that she intentionally decided to live for a year and act more like an extrovert, even though she didn't feel like one. She wanted to do the things they did to get the results that they got. And there is a great quote in that book, and it says this: nobody waves hello, but everybody waves hello back. When you are courageous enough, caring enough to create connections for people, they will appreciate it. They will appreciate it. Everybody wants connection. Nobody's out there asking for it. Trust me, when you are intentional about creating connections with people over the next few days as we lead up to Christmas, after Christmas, many of these questions are great for networking. Understand that you are giving a great gift by sincerely, in a genuine way, connecting with people because they crave it. And sometimes this time of year can feel so lonely and isolated. And all it takes to shift the nature of that relationship from one of cold detachment to one of warm connection is for you to take the first step and ask a connecting question. How about it? You guys gonna try it? Let me go grab the, well, I might have the, oh, I do. All right, so I posted the link here in the chat. And then it's also at the top of the Thrive and Change page, and it's in the Sunday Night Live group. I've got it out there. I want you to download your copy of the connection cards. memory making conversation. It's our gift to you. The Livestream Leadership Community was so creative when they came up with these questions, and we used them and had such a great time. You are going to love it. All right. So with that, I want to hear from you guys. What do you do to create connection? Carol has potluck dinners, and they play a game that everybody can participate in. And that creates connection and unity. What do you do to create connection and unity? And another question I have for you is, this year, who could you make an extra effort and connect with in a meaningful way? Maybe that relative that you haven't spent much time with, but you'll see them in the buffet line when you're over at your mother-in-law's house. What would happen if you sat down and said, "Hey, I've been doing this with some people. You wanna pick a question? See what happens. Who could you make an effort and make a stronger connection with? They will thank you for it. They will thank you for it." All right. As we wrap up, I want you to know that 2021 has been a year of tremendous growth and purpose in my life. And I have seen many of you experience growth and purpose in your life as well, because you've allowed me to be part of your journey. Thank you for allowing me to post fun quotes, to jump on Sunday Night Live and share my heart with you, things that I truly believe will allow you to thrive and change. Thank you for taking part in my workshops, for doing the DISC assessments. You can learn more about yourself. Thank you for those of you who are part of the Livestream Leadership Community, where we mastermind such amazing, amazing things. It's incredible. Thank you all. Thank you for the part that you've allowed me to play by being part of your life. And if there's anything I can do to help you, message me and we can talk about how I can serve you, help you to grow, to lead yourself and others well, help you to thrive in the midst of change, all of that. Carol says this: we'll try these cards this Sunday with my husband's family, and she's going to let us know. Yay! Awesome. With that, I bless you. I bless you. I bless you that this coming week will be amazing and powerful, that you will feel love, that God will be in the midst of everything you do, and that you will know that you are loved, and you will know that you are showing the people you love how much you love them, that there would be true connection. Amen. Take care. God bless you. Bye.